Demonic Angel, and I'm gonna take you guys into my kitchen today, Kitchen Witchcraft. I've named so many little series that I do like to come back to them sometimes. So before we get to that, because I'm gonna stand there and kind of I'm gonna film, so you won't really see my face. Basically, I'm going to, after this, I'm really going to finally do the Lovers tarot, because I haven't done that yet, and it's just there's so much I wanted to put into it and stuff. But that's gonna definitely be something I'm gonna look to do probably before the next live stream, which is in about a week or a few 6 days. And then I also am gonna do, because we're doing love, the love theme, I wanted to do a tarot pick a card that kind of goes into love. And it does so even though we've missed that first part of the month, or the very last part of June, where I usually do pick a card for the upcoming month, I just thought a generalized love reading would be a fantastic mood for all that I am creating. So yeah, I'm going to try to get those done, but those will be done shortly. But tonight I've been discussing this with people. I've talked about some of these, alluded to different health aspects, but somebody basically asked me, what do you eat, health regimens do you follow, or what do you, what's for you, what do you stick with? And, I basically thought, let's do it. So welcome to my daily routine, things I would just mention. I guess to start with, oh, you're looking at my coffee, so, for background here. But I have to confess that I'm really not a very good health freak at all. So even though I follow these, these supplements and tea and all garlic, so all natural stuff here, I really oh boy, I kind of eat like a kid sometimes, like SpaghettiOs, granola bars, Lunchables, pizza, cereal, noodles, and so that's not fucking healthy. So I just want to say that up front, that part of my curiosity, to be honest, was, what if you don't change your diet at all and you introduce some of these health topics that are explored? So I just thought I would, basically set out to see for myself. Yeah, so, and honestly, sometimes my diet can clean up. It could be like, I just, will make like a homemade lo mein, ton of veggies, real ginger, like all the beautiful homemade spices, fresh garlic and stuff, turmeric, a lot of curries like that really have very good anti-inflammatory properties. So that's really fantastic to do that, but it's kind of a mood for me, which is really, I guess, weird. So I always cook everybody else great food, but sometimes I just don't really care about food too much, and then other times, I probably eat a little if I'm bored or maybe anxious. So I think that's really normal, because it's not like a habit or a severe coping mechanism, just sort of an observation of the patterns, the ebbs and flow of my appetites, and just kind of a journal, diary, if you will, here, of basically what I'm doing. So that's just, now how have I benefited personally so far? Oh boy, so I've probably been doing this routine for 2.5 years, where the one I'm going to talk about, where I'm just including the levels that I consume. But I would say that it's improved my memory. I actually feel less out of breath, and I smoked pot before this. I went almost like 4 or 5 years without smoking, but I still smoke pot or eat edibles, and my range, I have a range on that as well, which is probably a mood, but I really, I just mentioned that because you know, just being honest, I am a toker, and you know, just that's like part of the whole thing. But yeah, it's vastly just improved my memory. I would probably say that I might honestly, like, when I kind of prefer smoking, and when I do smoke though, I'll be like kind of high for an hour or two, and then it's like the high doesn't last as long, but it's almost cleaner, and like a cleaner, better high, and then I get over that a little bit quicker. And that might have to do with, like, you know, the detoxification of my body and bloating and things like that. But that, you know, that's really interesting to mention. And I would say it's helped my skin a lot. Much softer. My hair is softer, more manageable. I was having I have like two little age lines, crow's feet, kind of around each of my eye, one bigger than the other. And I don't normally wear makeup, and I wasn't, you know, really super concerned about it or anything. I'm in my mid-30s, and it seemed like it was having little branches off, but then it went away, the little branches, and it's like my face is just more, and my whole skin everywhere on my body is just more resilient. Even, I would say, bruises seem to heal faster, maybe by, let's say, a day or two, depending, you know, on the severity of the bruise. I just, you know, I don't feel itchy from dry skin. I used to be one of those people who would just lotion up, like, you know, after a shower and before bed, to just kind of make that kind of itching calm in the skin. And I just honestly feel great. Even though I still do lotion, it's not like that. So there's a lot here. This is not really a whole fucking benefit here. Really, this is just an iced coffee. So I brew coffee normally. I'll have some hot. Whatever's left over, I make into these, and I clean them with a bottle brush. And then because they held pasta, so that's the same kind of, it's pasta sauce is acidic, so is coffee. So the lid still works for that kind of, and it doesn't corrode it, and you know, that kind of stuff, because it's, you know, coffee is acidic. So this is just milk and sugar. Sometimes I'll even just do cold black. I will go through moods where I have some creamer, but this is just a little bit of milk and probably half a teaspoon of sugar. Because I feel like that little bit of sugar, you know, makes the medicine go down kind of shit. But you know, I don't know. This is probably 2 cups of coffee, because it looks, I mean, it's pretty fucking big. But I just drink 1 though. And that's just kind of, you know, my little treat at some point in the day. Try not to drink it late at night, but hey, when I get that philosophical mindset, I might have some coffee. Okay. Okay, moving on. So I drink, yeah, like I said, I don't have any set diet or time, how many times a day I eat or anything like that. But, we'll talk about fasting in some other video, but this is just an example. I drink this tea. I drink, gosh, at the bare minimum 2, you know, between 2 and 4, 3 probably being an honest, close, cups of hot tea a day. So you know, the heat kind of is a big part of the antioxidant benefits of tea. So when you have cool tea, it just, there's not that level there. And of course, when you put sugar and cream in tea, it destroys the antioxidant properties. And, especially, not all of them, it's just some of them. So you're still getting benefits, but it's nothing like a straight. So I drink it as straight. I don't sweeten it in any way, but you can add honey. I sometimes do. Maybe we're in the mood for that kind of a thing. And, like especially if you're sick, that's just so soothing because it's going to coat your throat. But this will balance your blood sugar. So when especially if you have a hot cup of tea after a meal, the level of antioxidants that are in tea in general, because black tea has different than this tea, but really all hot tea is very good for you. These antioxidants help stabilize blood sugar. So, and it's a pretty significant difference. Like, I've seen some studies where it was like a placebo group who just drank water after dinner, and they kept these people for like 2 weeks, and their blood sugar was about 34% higher than people who had a cup of hot tea after dinner. So it actually really helps in that way, because those are all stabilizing off of each other. Another thing is when you have your blood sugar balanced, your body is able to fight fat better. So it actually strengthens insulin. So it is actually working to curb insulin resistance. So that is honestly paramount to this. There's other things that do that a lot better, but this is just a really good blood sugar stabilizer, which then I have heard that antioxidants protect insulin. Just, the exact mechanism of action I probably don't, can't recite for you guys right now, but yeah, instead of you feel that really, bloated feeling, that's really not there, and it's just really easy to go back to what you were doing. I do like hot tea. When I smoke a bowl, sometimes I'm like, I'll have this already, timed out with the correct temperature, and that is a great way to enjoy pot, and then, not have your throat hurt so much. So, this is really good because it's a detox, and it just has some cleansers in here, like black pepper is definitely a spice, and it's a cleanser, and things like the ginger root that are very cleansing and stimulating, cinnamon bark. So all these things that are these herbs that are promoting either heart or gut health. His cinnamon helps lower blood pressure, and like I said, dandelion, ginger root, and black pepper help the liver and kidneys filter things. You have to be appropriately hydrated, so you want to keep that in mind. This pretty much counts as water. I mean, straight up tea. Some people have more problems with that than others, but that's just what I do, because it keeps the substance. This for pure for its purpose. If it's all diluted with cream and sugar, then that definitely and of course it chemically defeats the purpose. It alters the the antioxidants. Lemon. Okay, so probably about 3 to 5, 3 on the low end, more like 4 glasses of lemon water every day. Now out of this is like a really small lemon, so I'd probably get like 3 pieces out of this, and, you know, for 3 glasses, let's say. So I do about 2 a day of these, and sometimes I'll give my partner, my husband, one of the you know, glass of lemon water, and then I'll drink the other 2. And then same thing later, you know, whatever later in the day, I'll, you know, cut up another lemon. I just squeeze it in, drink the water. So the many benefits here. It has a lot of vitamin C. Vitamin C helps the body absorb a lot of minerals like iron. And vitamin C really promotes skin health and just overall immunity. A lot of antioxidants. Lemons stabilize your blood sugar again, okay? And that is a huge part because they have a fiber called pectin in them. That's basically, you know, when you squeeze lemon in a glass of water, which probably most of you can relate to, and then you can see it just looks like all the lemon fruit that was inside, right? But now it's all off in little chunky lemony snowflakes. That is the fiber that is called pectin. And fiber is just absolutely vital for your gut health, and again, your stomach health determines the health in pretty much the rest of your body. In a broad generalization, you know, if you are able to take care of your stomach, the rest of your body will usually be well off. Don't, you know, of course, use my advice or like my routines at your own risk and discretion, because this is just my art. That's all it is. Although art is everything, but you know what? So those fibers really help to stabilize the blood sugar by they're basically, these fibers feed prebiotics, which obviously we got prebiotics and probiotics. Probiotics eat prebiotics, so if you just take probiotic supplements, it's really not going to do a lot for you. You have to have a good amount of prebiotics, which come from fibers like, there's all kinds of different fibers that are important for our health. Pectin is one of them, and as your body digests these fibers, it nourishes the good prebiotic bacteria in your body. So your bacteria in your body actually will live longer, and that creates a whole host of benefits, because then your body essentially can focus on other things, if you will, instead of the immune system, because it's already being taken care of itself. You know, but again, this is like consuming this every day to really get these benefits. Another thing I'll mention is that whether we're going to do garlic or lemon, these come from the earth, rocks, hippies, and witches, and other stereotypes that I'm calling endearing and enjoy. Let's see. You know, the seeker, basically. Rocks are, you know, it's like, man, you want to feel my crystals, and we have amethyst and you know, lots of rocks, and I think most witches do that. I certainly do. Well, rocks, we need minerals, vital nutrients. The minerals and vitamins that we need are so vital that if we don't get these trace amounts of minerals, there's a whole problem that of chain reaction here. So if you don't have these small amounts of a lot of it's minerals like zinc and calcium in the correct way without, you know, having it blocked, then basically, you know, you can have problems with your memory. Your skin will dry out. The opposite of the things I I just talked about. So that really, vitamins and minerals help. Minerals are how the body functions. So basically, without minerals, you start to have a range of problems that can range from, we're more susceptible to infection. In the spiritual world, we want to be grounded, so we want to receive the proper amount, especially rocks, minerals, that really will ground us, so that it's a protection. The most basic important thing in the occult, so that it's easier to just kind of come back to that. Avoid negative attachments, because the more grounded you are to the earth, then the more protected you are, because you're in alignment with the earth, because you have what the earth, we have come from the earth, so we still need the earth literally in our bodies to make us function. So that's really fucking cool to me. Yeah, so that's what's happening with garlic especially, but lemons have B vitamins in them too, and B vitamins give us energy. You could kind of think of that in general term. Again, helping with immune system, but just that energy. So this will give you some energy, and if you feel like you just want to keep eating or some shit, like you're just snacking and bored, and you're like, you've eaten dinner and now you don't have any dessert in the house, right? So go ahead and have a glass of lemon water, and you feel much better, because a lot of those cravings do come from insulin resistance. But immediately the effect of the glass of water would be that you would have those fibers to digest, and that slowing down of the digestion to make it more productive and proper is really going to help. So yeah, let's say honestly 5 glasses. 5 glasses of lemon water a day, big ones. 2 to 4 on these. Oh, and then I guess I'll, demonstrate how I... Well, never mind. I'm not going to, cut them open, really, but... I eat... Okay, so right now, I probably eat this much garlic 3 times a day, but sometimes I just want to get it all done in one big thing, but it gives you a lot of energy, and you just take a knife and cut down the, when you're able to peel some of it back, and then you can use one of those little little cheese grater even would work, and that way that it's easier to eat, especially if you're new to this. I just chew them up, just pop them in my mouth. I don't even notice anymore. It doesn't make my breath smell anymore, unless I'm sick or stressed or something. So it, but at first it's going to cause a health crisis in your stomach. So I don't recommend even eating this much. You want to eat maybe 1 if you're going to start out. Do that for a week, and then you're going to slowly move up, because there's a sulfur compound in garlic, and it's very, very potent, but it can be... it can hurt your digestive system if you already have things like heartburn, ulcers, especially ulcers that are healing. That's gonna irritate the acid in the stomach, because these are lots to digest. They do have fiber. Okay, so garlic has fiber, and that's gonna feed prebiotics. So that's just really important info here. Oh my gosh, trying to keep track of all my thoughts. So yeah, it does lower blood sugar again, because it has fiber. So garlic, I can't even tell you. I mean, I've made a video on garlic before, but yeah, like I said, eating 3 times a day now. So if you have these conditions, probably not right for you, okay? And you have to do that at another time when your stomach's kind of healed. and then you can start off like that. But that it's just it's a very harsh chemical compound, and that actually is going to get turned into nitrous oxide, and that is a gas that our body actually turns this sulfur compound into, which relaxes blood vessels, and that has a whole bunch of effects, like lowering your blood pressure, and actually helping you get more oxygen. So when you're just having hypertension, you're also not getting enough oxygen, because you're not going to be able to be getting that kind of gas, and so there's an imbalance again with the heart. So lower blood pressure helps with so many things. That basically high blood pressure is is a big part of the aging process, but it's like when oxidative damage has really happened. This and lemon they fight free radicals with the high amounts of antioxidants. Free radicals happen in your body when you're stressed, and when you're sick, and your body makes antibodies to get rid of these. So these supplements also will produce the they will also promote your body to make more antioxidants, thus making you even healthier. But the crazy shit about this is that this has fiber, manganese, copper, iron, zinc, selenium, calcium, and basically most B vitamins. And again, vitamin C, very important. Once again, vitamin C is very important to your whole system functioning and being able to absorb these trace minerals. So that's, nature's little answer here is the vitamin C is in here to help you digest properly these other vitamins and minerals in here, because they do help with the pH, right? So that's kind of how you get that, and it's when it's from the earth, and it's a natural, like, instead of popping a vitamin, this gives you so much energy. You will feel crazy amount of energy. In ancient Greece, they used to have athletes eat raw garlic before the Olympics so that they could have increased endurance. It's totally true. Hippocrates promoted this as a medicine for very accurate ideas, such as healing wounds and circulation benefits, which we know now are true. So, with that range of how many, minerals are in there, and because you've got calcium and it's making it more soluble to your body, I should say vitamin C, then if you're a woman, that's really good to get more calcium, because that's going to help with, osteoporosis, make your bones stronger, and that, of course, will keep you not in pain. So that's really great. I've also heard that this helps balance estrogen, so it's a good thing for menopause, because it helps promote and protect this specific hormone that has to do with estrogen. So it basically just I think it extends its life in your body a little bit, so that again helps with like glowing and good skin and all that kind of stuff. You have to eat a lot of it to really have it matter. Again, this is for me every day. Every day. Every day. And I, like I said, I'm not advising you to eat any of this stuff. I'm just showing you my routine. Last but not least, apple cider vinegar. I'm about to christen a new bottle, my favorite. Okay, so this has a lot of acetic acid, and the stuff at the bottom here, okay, that's fiber. It's going to feed prebiotics. I drink 3 of these a day with 3 big glasses, like bigger than the lemon waters. And I do, now I do about 1 tablespoon. I could do 2 if I'm sick, but you know, and I like it room temperature with filtered water, and I do, because you want to dilute it or it will really hurt your teeth. That acid will eat away at some enzymes in your teeth, so you don't want that. So you dilute it, and you could heat up the water if you want. I just do a room temperature. This will help your body have, it replaces the acid in your stomach essentially. So when we lose acid we lose it through stress, because the adrenals promote, the adrenals actually trigger insulin, which then triggers your body to lose the acid in your stomach through your urine. And then you're not going to be able to digest protein and nutrients anymore. So that's basically what alkalosis is. And you don't want that, because then you'll have a lot of, you could get all these, you could take homemade vitamins or even this good stuff, right? But if you don't have a decently acidic pH, your body can't do anything with it. So the calcium especially will plug up in the soft tissues, and that's why old people's joints hurt, and they get arthritis, autoimmune problems that also have to do with that blockage of the joints and the nerve restrictions. And so like that's really great for flushing that out. It will also actually help cure the pain a lot, because even just really giving that body that immediate drink of this will really be helpful. If you start drinking this, you want to do 1 teaspoon at first. I would recommend probably like twice a day, because you really have to get used to this taste. I like nasty shit like this. I eat raw mayonnaise, okay, when I follow my hormones. Some other weird stuff like pickles and ice cream. So I'm not really here to just to tell you what's going to taste good or not, because fuck if I know, but I'm going to say that it's a strong taste, and you want to give your stomach a chance to really get used to it. If you drink too much though, then you can throw your body's pH off. But you would really have to, you know, drink. It would hurt your teeth to drink if it was too much in a glass, or you would, you know, too many times in a day. So just you know, but I do 3 times a day, 1 tablespoon. So this is really keeping me hydrated, and the fibers in here feed the prebiotics, stabilize the blood sugar, help replace. This literally is the same stomach acid as, or I'm sorry, same pH as stomach acid, so it replaces this that you lose through stress, through how we talked about, and then your body will be able to function, because we want to medicine the stomach, and then the brain and the body can function really greatly as a general rule, because you know, if your pH is balanced, you got that acid, you won't get heartburn. If you have heartburn, take some apple cider vinegar. You know, GERD, hiccups, you know, even nausea, if you just have a little. People will, you know, take this for sustaining intermittent fasting, because the prebiotics feed the body and make you feel nourished and good, because you're nourishing your bacteria and your cells, but you're not triggering insulin. So it's just a fantastic drink. You know, having your pH right, you're going to help get rid of pimples. It helps balance. I mean, when your stomach has all it needs to function, the neurotransmitters typically function better, and a lot of neurotransmitters are made in your stomach. So very, very important that it can focus, I believe, on other things. I know focus is a conscious word, but I think the body, it's like beautiful like that, to learn about how all these things, the chemical reaction, everything. I heard, you know, spiritually, everything has a chemical, a physical, a spiritual reaction, okay? And those things follow each other. So I always like to look at the chemical or biological perspective, to, you know, because if, let's say you take this the other way around. hey, you don't have these vitamins and nutrients, what can happen? Memory loss. I mean, even if it's bad enough, you know, people get scurvy, but people can become aggressive, lethargic, very, you know, but more normally, like depressed. People age faster. So it, you know, the chain reaction is real, and I think that it makes a lot of sense to go with nature and figure out what do I naturally need. And so even though I eat a bunch of junk food and shit, this has made a huge difference to me. I've probably lost 10 pounds, but I wasn't fat to begin with. And I don't, this could help you lose weight though, honestly, because if you're getting your body at this, you know, to really balance insulin, then your body really will burn fat because of all the antioxidants and stuff in here. Again, so this just has the prebiotics and the acid you need. And so when you have that acid, you can digest protein. You can digest minerals, especially because minerals can get plugged up in your body and your tissues. And this, so that when you have trace, let's say you get trace amounts of calcium from some nasty bag of noodles, but you did the, you know, you got your pH all set, your body will still be able to absorb and use that calcium, as opposed to somebody who takes a calcium supplement and then they already have alkalosis, so they cannot use the calcium. It's already all blocked in the soft tissue, and so the only thing that's going to help that is the pH set. So I think this has profound effects. You sleep better, you probably lose weight, you have energy, probably less acne even. This is the #1 thing, and that's why I dedicate this to President Marvis. Anyway, I guess I probably should go now. I'm just trying to think, is there anything that I wanted to fucking say on this? Yeah, you know, that profound effect, and it does make you feel really good. And hey, this, you don't have to believe anything. Try eating this raw fucking garlic, okay? And it will give you a clean, good energy. I mean, this is really like nature's coffee, to be honest. It's just a clean boost in energy, unlike caffeine, where you're going to get a little bit of a, you know, you get energy from it, and then later, that kind of, you know, then you feel a little bit of a crash, no matter, even if you just drink 1 cup every day, because, you know, we're creatures and chemicals of habit. So, but, you know, hey, I got my little chemistry here, and that's about it. All I have to say for this. You know, get this with the mother, because that's with the prebiotics, and you want to do raw, unfiltered. If it's filtered or pasteurized, that's going to kill a lot of this. A lot of this is really good bacteria. If you get that nasty piece in there, that's the lucky piece, like where the fiber clusters. That's the best for you. And you know what? Even if you don't like it, you'll probably eventually get used to it, because it will make you feel so good probably pretty quickly. But you want to start out small, or otherwise you probably will turn away from this pretty quick, because it's really gross and intense at first. But now I really don't think much about it at all. I'm going to continue with improving my lifestyle and diet, but hey, I was just wondering how it would affect me, and it really has. It really has made a huge, huge difference to my life, my memory, my energy, my resiliency, I would say. But, you know, my skin and appearance, really the effects are the benefits are real for me. So anyway, let's do the lovers next. I'm going to have to edit the heck out of this video, but that's fine. And I will talk to you guys then.